Do you feel stuck? Do you feel like you're in a rut, or that if nothing changes, you're going to be in the exact same place 5 years from now? And how does that make you feel? Are you bummed about it? And what can you do about it? Today I'm going to share 9 tips on how to get unstuck. So stick around. Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. If you want to get more of what you want, then set a target and take action. The first step is to subscribe and ring the notification bell, and you'll be on your way. Tip number 1 is start small. A few years ago, I was in a rut, not feeling all that motivated, not feeling all that happy, and the major change that I made that kicked off a lot of changes was deciding that I would wake up 1 hour earlier. And that small change alone was really beneficial in helping me get unstuck. Step 2 is to change your perspective. One book that I love in helping me change my perspective and that helps me realize how blessed I am is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. If you haven't read that book, I really recommend it. This man had everything taken away from him, except for really his ability to choose and to interpret how his life was. He had such a hard life, such a hard lot, way harder than most any of us will ever go through, and he decided that he was going to look at that differently. So if you're in a rut and you're stuck, then try to develop an attitude of gratitude. Change your perspective, have more gratitude towards it, and that's one way that you can help get out of the rut, realizing what you have instead of focusing on what you don't have. Tip 3 is to let go of the past. There may be certain things that are getting you down about things that you've done in the past or things that you can't really change. Do whatever you can to reconcile with those, but you need to clean them up and get them behind you so you can have a hopeful, positive future going forward. Tip 4 is to explore your purpose. Get really clear about what it is that makes you happy. One example I heard years ago is imagine that you're ready for bed, you lay down, and you're super tired, you're wasted, all the energy is drained for the day. And imagine that you get a phone call from a friend that says, "Hey, I've got tickets for your favorite concert. We're in the front row. It starts in 30 minutes. I'm going to pick you up in 15. What is your response going to be? Are you going to say, "Oh no, I'm so tired and I'm done and I can't come with you"? Or are you going to say, "Yes, this is awesome," and have a whole new load and recurrence of energy? The reality and the likelihood is that you're going to feel much more energized around that and that you're going to get up and go to the concert. When we feel excited about something, we can give so much more energy towards it. So one tool that you can use is to identify peak experiences or experiences in your past that really motivated you and excited you. So in my case, when I used to go to bike swaps and buy and sell, well, mostly buy products to resell on the internet, I absolutely loved it. It used all my strengths. I needed to negotiate with people. I needed to make new relationships. I needed to do simple math, all these different things. I loved it. I felt like a winner. People trusted me. So when I decided how I should spend my time going forward in life, I used some of those past experiences where I felt awesome to shop for what I needed. So I said, well, in whatever I'm doing in the future, I need to be trusted. I need some variety. I need to be able to work with people, and I need to be able to have some uncertainty. So my new life has all those moments because I shopped from that shopping list of peak experiences. So find your purpose and identify your peak experiences, and it'll help you be more motivated and energized in whatever you pursue in the future, and it'll help you get unstuck. Tip 5 is believe in yourself. When I was young, in my early 20s, and dating and starting a business and going through college and having all these different things happen to me, I had this core belief that that the universe was going to work in my favor and that things were going to work out for me in the long run. And that simple belief was so powerful in giving me the hope and the faith to keep trying new things, because I really knew that things would work out. So if you're going to adopt a belief, start believing that things will work out for you in the positive, that the universe is going to help you get what you want. Sounds cheesy, but I really think it works. So if you're really feeling stuck, tip number 6 is something else that can help you, and it's to do something that you have complete control over. So when I was a young 19-year-old missionary in Portugal, there were so many new things coming at me that I was homesick, I was a little discouraged, and I needed to feel a little more in control. So one thing that I did was I started working out every single day, and I got a journal where I would track my exercises, and for 20 minutes a day, I wrote down exactly what I did, and I started to control that and my nutrition a little bit, and that alone gave me a certain sense of control and accomplishment that I could use to get over the discouragement in other areas of my life. So start something new and small that you can control. Tip 7, another way to help you get unstuck, is dream more about your ideal life. Make a list and write in detail the types of things that you want in your life in the future, the things that you value, and as you think about those things, you're creating this like mental, spiritual model of what things will look like someday. Have you noticed when you have a friend that gets a new car that you start seeing that car, that model all over the place? It's not because there are all of a sudden more of that model, it's because we've identified it in our mind and now we're looking out for it. So the more things that are good that we can identify in our mind, we're more likely to see them and bring them into our reality in the future. So make a list and focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. Step 8 is take responsibility. One of my favorite self-help speakers is Brian Tracy, and in his book Goals, he talks about how at some point when he was in his late teens or early 20s, he realized that if he was going to be successful, it was completely up to him. No one else was going to do it for him. So that's a mindset that you can use, is just realizing that you're the one that needs to make the change and take responsibility for your situation. And that doesn't mean that you can't use faith and other methods. I love the prayer quote that says, "Pray as if everything depends on God and act as if everything depends on you." Tip 9 is don't compare and get discouraged. And I would add a caveat to that. If we can be motivated by people that are better than us in a certain area, but you need to use that comparison in a motivating, helpful way. When I was starting my bike parts business, there was another guy named Chris that would buy and sell bike parts on eBay as well. And I knew that, wow, I'm doing $10,000 a month. He's doing $50,000 a month. That's awesome. That's crazy. I need to do the same thing. And it was motivating to me. It wasn't discouraging, but it was motivating. So you can use other people to help bring you towards them if they're better than you at a certain area, but use it positively. Don't compare yourself and get discouraged. I also think it's really important to define, by going through your own goal setting process, what it is that you want. Don't be like my kids who will get a bag of M&Ms and feel stoked about it until they see another kid get 2 bags of M&Ms, and then they hate their bag of M&Ms. So we need to be really careful with comparison. I'd love to know which of the 9 tips you're going to use, or which is your favorite. Leave it in the comments below. I really hope that through the application of these, you can gain more personal momentum, and of course you won't be stuck as you're moving forward in life towards your goals. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.